Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to episode 62 of the Next Wave podcast. I'm one of your hosts, B Zanny, joined by my co-host, D Woody. And today we've got some quick hitters, a lot going on in gaming since our last podcast that we recorded. We're also going to do our full recap of the hot topics of Major 3 in the CDL, as well as take a look at some Halo and some Rocket League esports. So we've got a juicy, content-filled to talk about here in episode 62. Let's get to it. All right, episode 62. Had a lot happen. It's been a minute since we've recorded. We figured it'd be better to wait till after Major 3. So, Dak, how you doing, man? Doing good?
Yeah, doing good, man. Same old, really. Just gaming, chilling, working, all the good stuff. Been watching a lot of esports. We got Halo, Rocket League, COD. Everything's been on lately. I've been watching CS all day. Great shit going on. We're in the heat of every season. And I'm looking forward to DreamHack.
Yeah, DreamHack's going to be so sick, dude. I can't wait. I'm pretty sure Rudd bought a ticket, too, whenever I bought ours.
Let's go.
I got to remind him, though. And then I told the other boys, Dane and Tintin, to pull up, too. So we'll see if they do. But, yeah, I'm pumped. We'll talk a little bit about that here in a second. But we do have some quick hitters to get us started, Dak. Well, how are we starting off today's episode?
Yeah, so we've said it on 2 different episodes, I believe, but Oblivion Remastered finally came out, and we've played a little bit of it, and it's just as good as I remember the game itself. But I really like what they've done with it. It's still got the buggy charm that Bethesda games have, but it looks super realistic now.
It does look good.
Yeah, Unreal Engine 5 looks great. When you talk to characters and it like zooms in on their face, it looks super real. It's almost unnerving whenever the guards talk to you because they look like hella real through the helmet. It's kind of weird looking, but I like it. I mean, they have the original HUD, so it still feels like Oblivion. Like it doesn't feel like a new game, but it does.
Yeah, people were trying to like argue this is a remake, not a remaster. And I mean, like, it's definitely, I mean, in my opinion, it's more of a remaster, but
it's like
people were saying
remaster. Like, they really remastered that shit.
I feel like a remake has to have, like, a whole different, like, mechanic in the game and, like, a whole new set of missions and different things throughout the game. Like, this is definitely remastered, and they did it well.
Yeah.
Like I said on the previous episodes, I've never played it before, and I'm having fun playing through it. I haven't played it in a few days, but it's gonna be that game whenever I'm feeling like RPG. Like I'm gonna play some Oblivion.
Yeah,
so
and I love that you can sprint now. Watching you try to get the what's that armor? Umbra armor was funny as fuck, dude.
It was insane.
Blake was doing this like, I don't know, bug, or it's not like a bug, but
you could call it not a glitch, but what is it when you
exploit?
Take advantage of the exploit? Yeah,
exploit. So he got Umbra to follow him into the Imperial City, and then all the guards started attacking her, and there were 4 guards at first.
She's a brute.
Yeah, and I was like, it'd be really funny if she 1v4'd. Guys, like 30 minutes, this bitch is running around the town just fucking every guard up. Like 25 guards she took down before finally falling. And Blake had to revert to the last save like 3 times because she kept killing him or leaving. So it was the funniest shit I've watched.
And then random fucking villagers with a little knife would come out and try to kill her, and then they would fucking run off because they realized they were in over their head, and she would fucking chase them out of the Imperial City.
And this dude walked up with bare fists and was like, "Bring it on." And
she ended up 1v30ing, and it was also funny because we had that one guard that doesn't die, and he would just get knocked out.
Adam.
And after 10 Adamius or whatever. And after 10 seconds, he would come back and then keep fighting. That
shit was funny when he'd come back and his health was low, and he'd just get one-shotted straight back to the ground and like ragdoll.
The ragdoll animations in this game are so good,
Oh
bro.
man, yeah, that was fun. So that's the type of shit I'm talking about. It still feels like
Yeah.
a good old fashioned Bethesda game.
Yeah.
Other than that, Marvel Rivals, they announced their new esports league, I guess, or whatever. It's called
Seen that.
Ignite, and there's a $3 million prize pool, which is fat, very fat.
Yeah, they're a big IP, so like they're
Yeah.
gonna have that money behind Marvel Rivals
Yeah.
from Disney and any Chinese investment companies. So
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
they're gonna have some money to throw at this thing, which is gonna be good. I mean, I didn't watch any Overwatch esports. It's hard to watch, honestly.
It's hard to follow, yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to know what's going on, but I mean, we've played enough to know what's going on most of the time. So I'll have to kind of force myself to watch a few games because it's not something I would click on. But the Marvel IP does bring me to it. Like,
Yeah.
I want to watch people go crazy with characters that I love.
Yeah,
So.
for sure. There's a new game out called Claire Obscure Expedition 33. I don't know if you've heard of it.
It's awesome
but
gameplay. Yeah, it's awesome
small studio, like 30 devs total. And the game looks absolutely unreal graphics wise. Like the cutscenes, the soundtrack is 8 hours long, and it's like peak cinema type of soundtrack. Really good soundtrack. And it's the highest rated game of 2025 so far. Interesting combat. It's like turn-based, but then on your turn you have to like parry shit and like what's it called when you live action press buttons and shit? I forget what that's called. I'm close. Real-time event type shit.
Oh, yeah.
So like it looks really cool, and apparently it's like really sad, and like the story's incredible. So incredible that they're already making a live action film. It's in the works.
What?
Yeah, it's in the works. So I guess some movie studio saw it and was like, "This game is fucking phenomenal. We're gonna make a movie."
Someone played it. No, a filmmaker played it. It was like, we have to make a movie.
Yeah, he was like, "This is our big shot. We got to do it."
What the fuck?
Yeah, so they're already making a live action film. So this is already early game of the year candidate. Like, it looks insane. I'm definitely gonna buy it soon and play through it.
How much is it?
40.
Is it a full price?
I think it's 40.
It's not terrible.
And it was on sale for like $5 off. And
speaking of game prices, fucking Call of Duty probably gonna be $80 next year.
Yeah, I'm game passing it for sure.
Yeah,
after this year, bro, Treyarch did not deliver on the whole maps thing, so
nope.
Yeah, I'm game passing it. And then DreamHack's layout got announced for the CDL tournament. It looks freaking sick.
Looks like
big
the
crowd
old MLG.
section. Yeah, and then the Challengers
Vendor
LAN is going to be
booths.
going on like right behind.
Yep.
Yeah, sick.
It's gonna be like old times.
And then Halo, I guess, is on the other side of the venue, and they're gonna be like in a corner somewhere, but they have a bunch of chairs and stuff. So I'm hoping that they're in good locations. COD looks like it's like the main event. Like COD's layout looked like it was a big deal. Halo's kind of looked like it was off in the corner, but hopefully enough people come by and like start watching. Maybe Optic versus Shopify's on. They start watching it. They're like, oh shit, this is cool. Like people that have never watched Halo.
Yeah, because like when you throw a solo Halo event, right, you might not get as many like
it's
COD fans. But when there's exactly. When
people
there's COD fans
like
down the hall, like why not? Whenever fucking LAG and Falcons are playing, like we'll just go over there, you know?
Yeah, and there's plenty of like esports that I don't play the game, but I like watching, I guess.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
Hopefully it brings new people in. Last year there was 55,000 people that went to Dallas DreamHack. Probably going to be more this year. I mean, it's only growing, so this could be good. Hopefully everything goes well. The tournaments go well.
A lot of them are going to be at the CS event.
Yeah, for sure. But hopefully there's lots of Game 5s and people start tuning in after this.
I agree.
But yeah, that about does it.
That about does it. And speaking of Game 5s, we'll go ahead and jump into our CDL recap here of Major 3. We're gonna touch on some big picture stuff. But like overall, the first day and a half were pretty boring. Bunch of 3-0s and 3-1s. We
started with Thieves Ravens, the old Classico.
The easiest prediction of all time. If I could have put money on a 3-0, I would have.
But Gwen did good.
Gwen did do good.
Might have been whoring.
He was whoring.
The streets are saying he was whoring.
He was whoring for sure. Not the best debut for Dylan Rex. Obviously, it's tough when your first two matches are against 100 Thieves, but Optic ended up losing to Boston 3-0. That was a tough watch. The maps were close.
Mhm.
They were up 2-0 in the control and then got reverse swept in the control, and
Yeah.
the hard point was close, but they got 6-0'd in the search.
Yeah, that was unacceptable.
So that was just a tough look overall. And then we had Ultra versus Heretics in Miami locked in for this event. They ended up getting top 4, and making another Sunday, so that's good for them. Super ended up making that team really good. So
and Mercules.
And then we had Beans not being able to show up last minute due to visa issues, and so Mercules stepped up for the Toronto Ultra. And I mean, I think it's definitely, he definitely played insane, but it's also a credit to Toronto's system that they have there, and that whole organization. And so that's definitely the luckiest break you could, like, initial match to showcase your talent that you can get in the CDL, and he fried all event. Toronto ended up beating Heretics in the losers semifinals to secure top 3, and they had a great weekend. And so one thing to touch on here regarding Merc is literally everyone and their moms after this event is saying, I mean, someone's got to pick up Mercules, right? And after the dust has settled here, he is on the bench for Toronto Ultra and is not going to be on a starting roster. And to add more to that, Optic Shotzi gets clipped on stream saying, like, guys, we're not changing. We're not making any changes, which is just
they've been saying that.
Insane,
they've been saying that, but even after this event, I was like, maybe they will now. But no, they're sticking to their guns. They're sticking to their guns.
I see it going very poorly.
Yeah.
I think they're very, very lucky to have won in the losers round 1 and get a little bit of points, because obviously Rocker won losers round 1 as well. They both got top 8, but it's a 25, 30 point cushion or something like that. And Optic have a tough schedule coming up. There's only 2 wins that I could see on that board, and you could maybe argue they only get 1.
Yeah.
And then for Rocker, their schedule is not as hard, but it's either going to be 2 or 3 wins for them. So Optic definitely need to get at least 2 wins here in this online series to keep that buffer, and then continue, and do something at Major for DreamHack.
For sure.
So, I just don't understand why there's, like, how do you watch this weekend and not change? Like,
I think
your
it's just
ego and your feelings for Skies aside and Hook aside, bro.
Yeah, that, or it's just they're sick of changing and they've already chalked it in their head. They're like, fuck it, we'll just see what the rest of the season happens and be ready for next year.
Which, if we could, I wish they would tell us that. Like, I'd be so much, if they just said, we're chalking it and just running with it, then fine, whatever, right? Fuck it. But just saying you're not changing when there was just such obvious talent to be had and taking the chance on, especially when you're on the cusp of making champs, like, you need to win.
Yeah, for sure. And like you said, this is just another World War II year for Optic. These boys are just not ever gonna be top 4, so we're just hoping to upset somebody, maybe.
We're hoping to make an EG run in World War II to do something at champs. But also big upset. I mean, kind of.
Boogeyman.
In the winners bracket, we had Surge versus FaZe, who Seattle's had that work Atlanta's number all the CDL, it seems like, regardless of the rosters. They take them down in the winners bracket, and then FaZe win a couple matches in losers, and go up against Miami Heretics, and Miami win a game 5 to start their run to top 4. So FaZe going out top 6. I think that's their worst land placing probably since Cold War or MW19. Like, it has to be, because in Cold War they were dominant, and so that was me just guessing. Vanguard, they got second every fucking event, and then MW2 they were good. I can't remember. Maybe Optic, I think,
did FaZe get
maybe MW2, actually, now that I think about it, because you had New York, who was really good, and you had Optic, who was really good at times.
But did FaZe get top 6 at champs last year? Didn't they do really bad at champs last year? I feel like they lost early.
I don't know.
I think they lost early in MW3 champs. Let's look that
because
up.
champion, they didn't lose to New York in the losers finals.
I don't know, man. It's my mind. Yeah, FaZe got top 6.
Oh wow. Okay, never mind.
They lost to Toronto 3-0 in losers round 2, and they lost to New York in game 5 in the winners. So that was it. They went 0-2. Or no, never mind. They beat Miami and then lost to New York. So they went 1-2.
Okay, gotcha. Well, yeah, but yeah, top 6 for FaZe, especially going for after a 3-peat, is definitely a tough showing for them.
Yeah.
And Vancouver had a great event, and running off that fuel, they were able to go to the winners finals against Thieves. Thieves took that. Was it 3-2? Did it go map 5 in the winners?
Wait, to Miami? It was 3. They 3.
No, in winners finals.
Oh, yes, 3-2. It was a good series.
Yeah, 3-2, really good series. And then they dropped to the losers bracket.
They were down 2-0 and reverse swept them. That's right.
Oh yeah. 100 Thieves down 2-0, reverse sweep. It was really really good series to watch.
Mm-hmm.
We definitely knew after that match that they were winning the whole event, regardless who came out of losers. And so Surge go down to play against Toronto Ultra. I believe that one was that map 5 as well.
No, that was 3-1.
3-1. So
remember 250 to 249 map 1.
Oh yeah. That was crazy map. And so Mercules steps in for the Ultra. They get a top 3 placing. They look really good. They're going to stick with Beans, but they've got Merc on their bench. So for Toronto, I mean, that's the ultimate win. Merc doesn't go to another team and wreak havoc, and you get to keep him on your sideline in case things go wrong in these last couple these qualifiers and the major. They can slot him in really easily. So definitely good looks for Toronto Ultra, and congrats to 100 Thieves. The super team finally did it on LAN. I think Octane might be right, bro. The you got to lose in qualifiers or else you're first.
No, for sure. Did you see Hydra? I mean, I'm sure he might have been joking, but told Nade Shot he deserves a raise now.
They all said
and Nade was like, come on, guys. You guys are fucking stupid. This is what you're paid to do. Finally got to win. And also, they dodged FaZe. Let's just be real. They dodged FaZe.
They did.
They got lucky.
But I'm glad the Miami curse, the Miami fucking loss is not to Optic, even though they got top 8.
Yeah.
But it's nice to see that they can beat another team other than Optic and ruin their tournament.
Yeah.
So. And so we also had some roster changes that should have involved Merc, but they didn't. But one team that we knew had to make a change was C9. They dropped Attach and they dropped Mac and picked up Spartan Capsule, who have been looking really good in Challengers. I'm pretty sure they were teaming together in Challengers. I could be wrong on that. But I swear I'm thinking of a video from the pit that I saw this past weekend, and I'm pretty sure they were next to each other. But it might have been against Capsule, so I don't know. But yeah, I think those are 2 great pickups for that team, especially because the way that this game works and how quick and teamwork oriented it is, it's very 4 hit. There's not like a main AR sitting back unless you're in sight, and so Spart is definitely not that main AR slow type of player, and Sib isn't either. So they're gonna have 2 very
Sib,
Sib and Spart are the ARs. So and then obviously any sub you have to have pay. If you're getting picked up, you have to have
It's a shame that Cap is just now getting in the league for this game, because he would have been an animal this year.
Yeah, we're gonna see. Yeah. We're gonna see here this tomorrow. I wonder if they play tomorrow. Anyways, we'll see this weekend what he has to offer. So I definitely think C9 definitely upgraded. It's no question in my mind. Attach was
tomorrow.
Who are they playing?
Falcons.
Oh, okay, that'll be a good
match.
Test. So we'll see how he stacks up against Xnit and Pred, and see what that sub duo can do. I definitely think their search is going to be gross.
Yeah.
Because Capsule is a really, really good entry guy in search, and Crimp's been really good at search. So having those 2 impact players, and then obviously Spartan Sib, just they're good players. Yeah. So I definitely think every game mode they got better. We're just going to need to see, are they in they're above Optic in terms of points, right?
No, no, no. They're
Are
way
they in
below
10th?
now.
Are
They're
they in
below
10th?
Rocker now.
Yeah, they're 10. Oh yeah, that's right. They have like 100 points.
Yeah,
So yeah, they're gonna have some work cut out for them. They're gonna be preying on the Rocker downfall. It's only it's like a how many point spread between them and Rocker?
10. That's one match.
Okay, so they're really preying on Optic and Minnesota's downfall. So I honestly I think I would rather see this C9 team in champs than I would Optic. I'm not gonna lie at
Or
this point.
Minnesota, bro. Either one of them.
Well, yeah, honestly,
Yeah.
honestly, I'm just fed up with Optics overall kind of game plan for this whole year. So we'll see how it pans out. We'll see
Hmm.
what it looks like. But we're just excited for DreamHack. We're ready to watch some more LAN Call of Duty,
Yeah.
watch some Halo LAN, maybe catch a glimpse of some other stuff going on. Actually get
GeoGuessr.
some vendors booths in there, bro. Like
Mm-hmm.
going to this like most recent major at in Texas, the Optic Major, like it's just missing that charm around the edge of the venue with like a scuff booth. Like
Yeah.
they're there, but they're not as
It's just crammed
involved.
too. And like,
Yes, and it was so I'm excited to see this big open layout with
hmm
vendor booths and scuff booths and merch booths and everything.
yeah,
So
it'll be sick.
I'm definitely pumped for that. Is this considered someone's home event, or are they just calling it DreamHack?
I think they're just calling it DreamHack.
Well, good. I hope I think that's good because it doesn't mean that like one team is dominating the merch sales or their sponsors.
Yeah.
It's their sponsors booth, right? It's just going to be a bunch of hopefully just a bunch of, different merch booths for different teams and as well as, just a bunch of sponsors of the league and
Hmm.
various teams. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm hoping.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
but
But
yeah, any other CDL things to discuss? Trying to think.
not really, but let's look ahead at the matches coming up this weekend.
Let's do it. Let me pull it up.
Oh, Vancouver FaZe to start.
Of course.
It's
so we got
online, so FaZe will
Vancouver
take it.
FaZe, Carolina Ultra. That's going to be a Ravens loss. C9 New York Falcons.
That'll be good.
I'm going to take this new New York team.
Mm-hmm.
Rocker Falcons will be really good.
Oh,
That's going to be a close match, I think, unless RCDs gets smoked. It's going to be an AR. It's going to be an AR matchup here.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be every match for the Falcons, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Ravens Breach. This could be a good one.
Yeah. I
We
want to
gotta
see Dylan
see-
Rex finally like
Yeah, I need
do
to see
something.
more.
Yeah.
I need to see more of Dylan Rex.
Yeah.
Because he's playing for a spot for next year at this point. Well, obviously he's going to be a champs, but
Mhm.
you're definitely playing to prove your worth for a league spot.
Yeah.
So, then we have
Ooh.
Surge versus Optic. That's a L. That's tough.
Thieves
Then
Miami.
we have Hope could be good.
Yeah, that could be
but
good.
Thieves are really good online, so I think Thieves will still take it. A lot of people ending the day and starting the next day.
Yeah.
Falcons the first to second. Now we got Miami second to third. Miami versus Gentlemates. That should be a 3-0 or 3-1.
Mm-hmm.
They
Forgot
can take
about
the Surge.
Gentlemates, honestly.
Yeah, that's
Forgot they
that's
existed.
that's the point.
Yeah.
We'll be watching Halo when they're playing.
Yeah, for sure.
Then we get C9 New York Ultra. That'll be
Mm.
a good one. That'll be a real good one. And then we end the weekend with FaZe Thieves. They know what they're doing. They're starting hot and ending
Yeah,
hot.
they
They
know
know
what
what
they're
they're
doing.
doing over there into CDL scheduling.
Yes, sir. Okay.
So I mean, I want to touch on Optic and Minnesota's schedule real quick. So Optic have matches. They have Surge, Breach, Ravens, Gentlemates, Ultra.
Mm.
Okay, so you can maybe say Breach, you can maybe say Ravens, and then we can probably assume Gentlemates, right?
Yeah.
So there's a chance that their only win is against Gentlemates because they could easily, in their form, they could easily lose to Ravens. They could easily lose to Breach as they did on LAN.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they're going to need to win some matches here. And if we go to Rocker, they are playing Falcons, Gentlemates, Ultra, Raven, Surge. So they're playing. Their only difference here is they're playing Falcons instead of Boston. So they'll get, supposed to get that win against Falcons. They'll get that, supposed to get that win against Gentlemates, and then obviously Ravens is going to be a toss up. So if you're Optic, you might see one win keeping that cushion for you, or definitely
Yeah,
two
this could
wins could
get
definitely
dicey.
keep. Yeah, so
And you got
it's going to come
Kenny.
down to the
You got
major,
Kenny
man.
over there trying to lock these boys in, get them
Yeah,
ready for
I feel like
champs
they're
push.
only going to get better.
Yeah,
They definitely need Nero to step up. Other than that, everyone's been playing pretty well. Nero's he's kind of at the first two stages, he was just frying. Like he was,
yeah,
there would be, a map here and there, but like usually his whole team was getting pooped on those maps. And lately he's fallen back to that Nero that we kind of always known, the up and down, random pop off Nero.
yeah,
So need him to become a little bit more consistent. I'm gonna take a look at Cloud9's schedule as well,
yeah. Because they're not out
just
of
to
it.
see if they have a chance.
What if they're nasty? Like,
Um,
what if they just get this to team change in here and they're gross?
oh no, they're fucked.
Shit.
Falcons, Ultra, FaZe, Heretics, Thieves. They are literally play the
They're not going
Falcons,
to
and
chance.
then they play four of the top five teams.
Yeah, damn, that's
So
tough.
unfortunately, I
That's
don't
tough.
think they'll be making champs. Their only chance is to win, one, maybe steal a second against
Yeah,
Miami or maybe Toronto, right?
yeah.
But also, fuck, for all we know, they could come out and win three or four. They're gross
Hmm.
or something. But it's going to come down to making some upsets and making a run at the major, and Optic and Rocker bowing out early.
Yeah, for
So,
sure. Well,
but
damn,
yeah,
it's gonna be
let's
interesting.
talk a little bit about HCS Arlington. So we had the Halo LAN here in Texas, while this major was going on as well. It was an absolute grueler, um, of a tournament, and a grueler of a win for Optic Texas. They fell to the losers bracket to Nemesis in winners round one, right?
No, they played TSM and then Infamous and then Nemesis. It was two
Oh,
quick 3-0s, two
oh,
DoorDash of a series.
but yeah, they fall to the losers bracket, make a run all the way back to the grand finals, and beat Shopify Rebellion twice to win the event. It was a great series. They would have stayed alive in the winners bracket, but unfortunately in their game two Slayer, they team nated when they had the 50th kill right in front of them.
Yeah,
So
that was tough.
that was tough. They ended up losing that map and then losing that series, which is tough to come back from. But they, continued their grit, won three more matches in losers bracket, and then won both sets in the grand finals to take out Shopify
Yeah,
Rebellion. So
so the
it
reason
was
they
lit.
had to play Shopify in the upper bracket is because they lost to Team Nemesis in pool play, and
Right.
this was the power outage series. So Nemesis
Oh
goes up
yeah.
2-0, and then Optic, they're playing map 3. All of a sudden, the power goes out. The whole event is pitch black. People got their phone lights on and shit. They're working on it, and they ended up just chalking it for the night. Worked on it
Playing
overnight.
early in the morning.
Yeah, power came back on, and then apparently it was like last minute in the morning. They were like, all right, we're starting matches at 9 a.m. So, yeah, but Optic won a map, and then Nemesis closed out that series. I'd never heard of Nemesis. They're an EU org, I believe.
Yeah.
Funny ass Twitter. They got a funny
keyboard.
Twitter.
Really?
Yeah, they got a great social media manager. So.
I think they're in Apex as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Yeah,
EU.
but I fuck with Nemesis. That's a good org, and they
I
got
fuck with Wutum, period, man.
Wutum.
Any team Wutum's on, I'm fucking with him.
Unless he's playing Optic, and then I'm like, you fucking
Yes.
keyboarder
You
shitter.
weirdo.
Yeah,
Why are
like-
you using a keyboard, you fucking weirdo? You would have won that if you were a controller.
Yeah,
shitter.
exactly.
Like-
Or if he's no, like there was some maps where he was the only one frying on their team, and we're fucking losing, and I was like, dude, do you think it's cheating that he's using a keyboard? Like that's some bullshit.
Do you think it's weird having back-to-back lands in the same area for Halo?
I think they're doing what they can. You know,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
a dying esport. You know, that's probably where they get the most fans that come in. So you might as well run it back.
Yeah, it's
I mean, this
It's
is
a-
year 4 of the same exact game that nobody plays. Nobody actually plays the game. They
is
just
it
watch
year
it.
4? It's
Yes.
got to be more than that.
Nah, this is year 4. Came out 2021.
Okay.
So
That's right. We've had Optic.
it's been 2 years since
SSG
Optic won a
twice.
world championship.
Damn. All right. Well, they're looking good, and
Yeah.
they just started at practicing for real like a month before the event, or like a couple weeks before
Mm-hmm.
the event, and reviewing VOD.
Dude, Legend is a
Eh,
dog.
yeah, I was about to say we got to
Yeah.
talk about Legend's quote after like map two in the first set of grand finals or something like that. They had a tough loss, like a just like a how the fuck did we lose that loss? And
No, it was right
Legend
before
just
Game 7.
oh no, yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, it was right before the last map. After their loss on the map before, they were like, he looks over at his team and just says, "We're just being tested," and then they proceeded to win the map 7. He's just a
I
dog.
love that.
Uh,
Hex
they were
texted
definitely
them.
hyped
Did
too.
you see that? Hex texted him like,
Yeah.
"Y'all better bring back a championship. No pressure though." And he just responded, "Bet."
Yeah, he's a dog. Legend's a dog. But he got bounced. I don't know if you saw the Halo 3 video, 1v1 video
Mm,
today that came out.
that's tough.
He got bounced. Maniac shit on Bound too.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
Maniac's
his
oh 09.
game. That's
Don't
oh
forget oh
09
09
Nats.
Nats.
Yeah, don't
Oh
fuck
09
with
Nats.
Maniac.
Don't fuck with Maniac on that oh 09
That's
Nats.
comedy.
But yeah, that's what's going on in the Halo world. Before we get to our last segment, picking bands, we're
No,
gonna take
Rocket
a look
League.
at some.
Oh, I'm
Let
sorry.
me
I'm sorry.
finish.
I wasn't paying
He's
attention.
fucking asshole.
I just heard picking
He's
bands
fucking
and thought you
asshole.
moved on.
Before we get to picking bands, we're gonna listen to Mr. Dak run us through the NA Open for RLCS.
Yes, sir. So, just to tune into Rocket League here, the only real changes were Justin and Reddles swap teams. So Reddles made the God run to make it to land. They get bounced out of Swiss, and then they swap Justin from Shopify, and Reddles went to Shopify. Blah blah blah. So that was really the only changes. 9 Lives ended up picking up. Now I forget. Zanil, that's right. Which he's kind of been a bubble player for a while now. But he's young talent. And then
Compare him to a COD player. Is he Spark?
Yeah, probably like Capsule Spark type dude. Like he's known, but he's never like been in meaningful games before, really.
Gotcha.
And then Space Station ended up taking Kofor, the young god from 9 Lives, and now they're just a young ass team with Scribbles, Kofor, and Reveal. So they got crazy talent, but they're all pretty young, so I don't really expect them to win anything, but they perform well here, and we'll get to them. But yeah, we had 2 groups of Swiss going on this time around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's a different format going into the next major, more teams. I don't know. So, but the teams that were supposed to make it made it. There weren't any teams
I don't see any.
Yeah. So we'll just move on. Let's start with Gen G. So all week leading up to this, people have been saying they can't lose in scrims. They're disgusting. Blah blah blah. With Justin, Magic Bear, and Cheese. So I was like, yeah, we'll see how it is on the Open. And yeah, they fucked everyone up. They were really good.
Yeah. Looks like it.
Yeah, they 3-0'd Power Rangers. They 3-0'd Reddles, which was tough. It was all 1-goal games. It was a really good series. And then Reddles, they kind of went through some shit. They lost 3-0 to Evo, but they had an easy road in Swiss, so they made it on down here to the bracket. They got their get back, though. 3-2 versus Evo. They got them back.
Yep.
So shout out Reddles. Watching Shopify, it's kind of the same thing, bro. It might just be 2-piece and Parth. They're just a little bit of a sloppy team, but it could just be new team, got to work out the kinks type thing. But Justin, he slotted right into Gen G, and they look really good right now. So
that's crazy.
Gen G's offense was insane. I mean, they were scoring a lot on people, which we'll get to. Complexity switched Diaz for someone, I believe. No. They switched AJG Raise Bull for Frosty. That's right. So Frosty's the young god that was on Snowmen and Space Station. So he's really good. Got a high ceiling. And Complexity made a good run here at the Open. NRG was back in form. Not sure why there's a forfeit here.
They forfeited.
The boys.
And they forfeited the next match.
Yeah, maybe the boys were like, fuck it. Someone can't play or something. I don't know. That's weird.
Damn, that's tough.
Yeah. But yeah, NRG was back in form. They looked really good. The Ultimates looked really good, even though they lost to Space Station here. So like I said, Space Station, bunch of young, super mechanical, super talented players. They're going to be definitely in the mix in the coming years, for sure. So moving on to playoffs, though. Gen.G 4-1s NRG. They beat them 9-2 in the last game. Shit on them bad.
Holy fuck.
It was insane. I couldn't believe what I was watching. So
that's ridiculous.
Yeah, they're just fast and they play together well. Like, they looked really, really good this weekend. So that was crazy. 4-1ing NRG, and they move on. Complexity 4-1 Space Station. The Ultimates 4-0 deleted. And then Reddles sadly got 4-1'd by 9 Lives. Which 9 Lives we know is a good team. I really wish that they would have made the LAN last time around, but I guess they had team comp issues with Kofer, and they ended up switching them out. So they look pretty good, but Space Station beat them 4-1. And then Gen.G in 7 games beat Space Station. This was a wild series, but they close them out 4-1. It seemed like once you get Gen.G to game 7, they're going to fuck you up. Or just the last game of a series. So,
they got the ice.
Yeah, they've been closing games out. And then Complexity got 4-0'd by NRG. That's kind of when I knew, oh shit, NRG's back. Beast mode looked really good. And I was hoping for a good series, but NRG, they just put belt to ass in the grand finals.
They did.
Yeah, 4-0.
They held them to 1 goal.
1 goal, yeah.
Damn, yeah, that's tough.
So NRG.
But hey, good showing for Gen.G though, and Justin first game.
Yeah, big time. So hopefully that keeps up, because you know how these opens are. You know, they could easily lose in Swiss or something next time and then be in the race going into Open 6.
2 more opens.
So 2 more opens. Where do I go to see the points here? Rankings. So these are our teams now. NRG and Ultimates, they'll have 1 and 2 for sure, easily. Gen.G, if they keep this up, they'll be a for sure 3rd. And then Complexity is really good. I mean, I think this is going to be it, honestly. It's going to take a crazy run from Space Station or 9 Lives, but beyond that, I don't really see anyone else doing anything. Tough for Reddles, but I just don't think he's going to land this time. I think Magic Bear and Cheese really are like the real deal. And now they got Justin in there, like they're going to be gross. So
damn. I'm about to go back and watch one of those games and see what they look like.
Yeah, it was a crazy one though. But I expect more consistency this split from these teams. So this is probably going to be our 4 unless Space Station makes a crazy run, because they looked good. But yeah, in a Rocket League, it's heating up.
We're coming back.
We got more teams. Hopefully we got more teams that can go toe-to-toe with these guys.
What's the date of the next tournament?
Let's see. Oh, it's in Raleigh, North Carolina, baby. We're going back to the States.
June. It was down there.
That's the major. Oh, that's what you wanted?
That's what I'm asking about.
I thought you were asking for
when the
Open.
tournament is.
Yeah, June 26th.
Okay.
So
cool.
We got a month and a half.
Time.
More than that.
2 months, pretty much. Pretty much 2 months.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and tie a bow on episode 62 with our coin segment, Pick and Bans. All right. Let's go ahead and round out episode 62. Me and Dak are going to pick and ban something from Recency and Dwell. I'll go ahead and kick us off. My pick is the new Apex update coming out that's bringing back arenas.
Ooh.
The 3v3
I loved
game
that
mode.
Game mode. I grinded it.
So like I'm hoping it brings back players like you who enjoyed it. Because like you didn't play Apex that much, but there was a time where we would grind some 3v3s. So yeah, it's definitely a fun warm-up game mode too if you are like, playing competitively or whatever, or just want to warm up in general. And they're also like doing an in-season 1v1 version.
Ooh.
So it's like
on that map?
There's multiple maps.
But you know the one that the big optic 1v1 tourney was on, and it's like 10...
Oh yeah, that's in the firing range. Firing range. It'll be the same 3v3 maps, I imagine, but just 1v1 person instead of 3. So yeah, that's my pick. I'm pumped for that to come back. I might grind that. I'd probably grind that to Pred before I grinded normal to Pred.
Yeah, I may have to get back into that. That was fun.
Hell yeah.
My pick is former CS Pro and Major Champion Automatic that played on Cloud9?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that man's a golfer
golfing.
now. He's trying to be a pro golfer. That's crazy.
He's got a lot of work to do.
Yeah,
He's got a lot of work to do.
I don't know how old he is.
I think that tweet is misleading. I don't think he's trying to play a pro golfer. I think he's trying to be a golf content. I don't think he's trying to go pro.
Gotcha.
Because he would have to have a lot of money saved up.
Yeah.
Or if he creates content while trying to go pro, then great. He can make money from content. But based on what I've seen in that video of his swing, it's going to take him at least, like, he has to be either insanely athletic and talented.
He's 28 years old.
He's not going pro. No, you're not going pro with that swing. Like, sorry. No, you're not.
The content.
So I'm pretty sure he's going, like, content. Because I saw his actual TikTok, like, the day he posted it.
Mm. Yeah.
And
I know, you sent it to me. That's why I was thinking about that.
So I don't know if it's pro, but
yeah, but that's
content creator. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No, that's sick. It's just so random too, because like it wasn't like he was like a known content creator either, right? Like I don't even know if he was streaming CS still prior to that. So
yeah, I don't know.
We'll see what he does. My ban, and whenever we said we weren't recording last week, I had to make sure I would remember this, because this ban is, if you haven't seen this, I'm gonna have to show you everything about this after we hop off. Did you see the Blue Ocean or whatever it's called, Jeff Bezos's space company, Blue Origin? Yes, that's my fucking ban. These dumb ass motherfuckers, dude. You were there for 11 seconds. It was an 11-minute trip from takeoff to land. It was 11 minutes long. Okay. She got back to the ground and kissed the ground at her feet like she just went to Mars. Okay? And then in an interview, she asked the interviewer, have you ever been to space? You gotta go to space. Like, are you kidding me? There were 7 people on that, and it costed over $200 million to go up there. That trip costed over $200 million. For what? Just so they could take pictures and post it online? Like, what am I fucking looking at?
That's some rich people shit. What am I
looking at? And then to come back, kiss the ground at your feet, as if we didn't just go up and save astronauts months ago who have been fucking stranded for months.
Yeah.
And you come back and have the audacity to kiss the ground at your feet and tell everyone that they should go to space once in their life? How out of fucking touch are you? Yeah. You dumb. Oh my God, dude. I had no knowledge of this, and then Cass shows me it, and then I start getting the TikToks, and I have never been more enraged, brother.
You want to get real weird about it? There's some conspiracies about it being fake.
No, I agree. I think it's fake as well, which makes me even more mad that you would have the audacity to react like that. I think it's fake too. Just funny, because I want it to be fake.
Apparently, like, the door is supposed to be like super duper sealed, and like they gotta have a team
I saw that.
come unscrew
and he just
it.
went, and then he was like, "Oh shit, I gotta act like."
Dude, they like opened it from the inside, and like one of the girls peeked out and was like, "Oh shit," and like closed it real quick, and then they had the dudes come over and like unbolt it or whatever.
No.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's sus.
Yeah, the whole thing's fishy.
Sure.
And I don't think that's Katy Perry. I don't think that's Katy Perry. I think they cloned her.
They cloned her and stopped feeding her.
Yeah, like that conspiracy, I could see that being true with her. She looks different now. Something weird about her. She's scary. I don't like it. It's not the Katy I grew up with, damn it.
No, that ain't the
That ain't sharks at the Super Bowl, Katy. But anyways.
Speaking of Katy Perry, real quick, I rewatched the interview like a week and a half or 2 weeks ago. And Dave, do you ever feel like a plastic bag drifting through the wind, wanting to start again?
Oh man!
All right, what's your bet?
My ban is my CS skin addiction. It's back
again, dude.
It's so bad.
I knew all the tweets you've been sending me and the picture you sent me today. I knew you were back on your bullshit.
Yeah, it's so bad. Like I sold all my skins last time I played CS and put stickers on the default guns so I wouldn't buy more skins. But then I got back on CS recently, and I just got on Skinport, and that was it. I can't stop buying shit. Like, I'll just be at work, and then I'll be like, ooh, I'll think of like a good sticker combo to put on a gun. So then I go buy the gun, and then I gotta buy the stickers, and it's like little $5 pops here and there. But then I look at my bank account, I'm like, oh fuck, I've done that like 10 times. I gotta chill. So So it's bad. It's
It
bad.
adds up quick, dude. It
Yeah.
adds up quick.
Yeah. And
You
then,
don't know it.
I sent you today, there's like a makeshift
The
iBuyPower
sticker.
hollow that you can make. Dude.
Is that how many stickers is that made of?
5 stickers. And
Jesus.
it
It's
looks
like following a Black Ops 1 emblem tutorial.
yeah, and it kind of looks just like the iBuyPower hollow, which
It
is
looks
funny.
it looks pretty close.
And I was
it's
missing
not
a
it's not as
sticker.
it's not as hollow though. Like it's not as shiny though.
It's not. But that sticker's $70,000.
Yeah,
and you can make
can't
a
believe that
very
shit.
very similar one for like $5. Great.
That's insane.
But I'm missing one of the stickers that goes at the bottom to like really round it out. It still looks like one, but that sticker itself is like $50 on the market. Someone's gatekeeping it hard right now, so people will
What the
stop.
fuck?
Like, I don't know. Everyone bought them up yesterday when this went viral, so people are fucking price gouging.
That skin market's crazy, bro.
It really
Imagine
is.
what the Rocket League market would look like.
God,
right now, bro.
man, I miss
They
it.
fucked that shit up.
I miss
Fucked
it.
it up. Another just random. I just thought of it. Have you seen any of the Borderlands 4 stuff?
You know, ever
It looks
since
pretty good.
ever since the movie, I've killed that franchise in my
You
head.
watched it?
No, but that was bad enough.
Yeah,
I know
the
it's
trailer
bad.
was bad.
Like, I saw the cast, and that
they-
was enough for me to hate the franchise.
I didn't really play Borderlands 3 all too much, but apparently in Borderlands 3 it was like really like the rarity of guns wasn't as satisfying. It was like easier to get like good guns, and they completely overhauled it kind of back to where like it's harder to get good guns, and the loot tiers and loot systems like back to the OG.
Okay.
And they added like 3 new manufacturers and stuff like that. So
Oh, honorable mention band. Did you see Dr. Lupo cheated in a $100,000
Yes.
chess tourney? What the fuck, dog?
yes, he had other streamers, and I saw. Do you know who Action Man is?
I've heard of
He's
him.
like a.
Or I've seen his Twitter.
He's on Kick now, and he was like
Oh,
a drug
God.
addict on stream and shit like that. He's like a
Perfect
really
kick streamer.
crazy. Yes, but anyways, he quoted like the tweet and said. I tried to tell you guys that this guy was a piece of shit 6 years ago, and then he
Oh
like
my
replied
God.
to it and was like, "Imagine if he's doing this with chess. Imagine what he did in all those charity streams, like keeping the 3
Oh,
million for St.
fuck.
Jude's that he raised. Like that's a crazy accusation
That
to
is.
say that he was pocketing charity money."
Yeah, did you see
that's-
Myth's
that's
tweet?
Crazy. No.
Myth was like, I don't give a fuck if he cheated in chess. Lupo, one of the realest dudes I've ever met.
Yeah, that's how I feel. That's how I feel. Honestly, I still fuck with Lupo. Like,
Yeah.
he's not a streamer I would watch, but like from the OG Fort
Yeah.
days and just like all like the charities, like I never would say or do any like I never feel any sort of way about him. So like, it's fucking chess too. Like, what the? I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, same.
I don't care. It's fucking weird. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning into episode 62. We'll see you back next week with episode 63, reviewing some COD matches and anything else that goes on in the gaming space. And we'll see you guys next time. Oh, wait. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to help the channel grow. And we'll see y'all next week. Deuces.